and welcome back to Wallflowers. Hope you've all had an absolutely brilliant Christmas. We're able to see some of your loved ones and make the most of the opportunities that we've had. Rolling into the new year, I wish us all the best of luck, and I hope everyone's trying to grow a little, preserve a little, and keep a little stocked to make sure that we've got enough to come through. Keep saying in all of my vids, we don't know what's around the corner, we don't know how tight the strings will come, and starting now, I know it's early and we're still in January, but starting now there are some seeds that you can sow. It should be a habit that we all get into. I'm speaking to myself when I say that as well, because sometimes I forget, and I've probably lost a lot of opportunities over the last couple of months to get food preserved, get food sown, get food ready, you know. I think we should all make it a priority at the moment. Anyway, I'll crack on. Hope, as I say, all the best for the new year coming. And today I've brought some soil in. I've got some composting out the garden, and it's quite cold, you know, some of the top layers still a little bit frozen. So basically I'm going to go through these little tiny modules. They've got 6 holes in, so I'm not growing too much all at once. With it being so early, I'm not going to lose so much should they not last, but I'm hoping they will. So I've got 7 of those with 6 holes in, and I've actually set out 5 packets of seeds that I'm now going to start sowing, and take that opportunity to see if I can get something ready. I still need to look into what flowers I can sow at this time, because obviously the earlier that we invite the bees and the insects into the garden, the quicker of the frogs will come in and everything else, and we've got a better fighting chance really of having a harvest at the end of it. You know, if we've got insects, birds, frogs actually eating the slugs and deterring any damage to our plants, everything's a bonus, and it'll give us something nice to look at when we can't go anywhere. So out of those, I'm just going to do 1 tray of the sprouts, and then I'm going to do 2 trays of everything else. I think I'll do those aubergine in that big one, and then 2 trays of everything else here. So as I say, this soil has to defrost. So basically I'm going to fill the modules with this. I'm going to leave it overnight to defrost. If need be, I'll set it on top of the cooker after I've used it, so as not to melt the plastic, but for the soil to absorb a little bit of the heat and defrost out. We don't tend to use our heating an awful lot. We put it on every now and again, make sure the house has a heat, make sure the chill's off the house. We tend to use hot water bottles and the heat that comes from the cooker to have the bulk of the heat from the house, and lots and lots of cups of hot coffee. So just to make sure it's ready for me for tomorrow, after doing toast in the morning, I shall leave this to defrost on top of the cooker and get it ready. So in the meantime, I'm literally just using a Knickerbocker Glory spoon. I'm just filling the holes. And then I'll pad it down with my thumbs. And top it up again. As I say, with this being chilly, there's still probably some moisture in it, so by the time it's defrosted, that moisture should trickle out. When I put the seeds in, I'll make a little well in the middle of each one, pop the seed in, and then a thin coating again of compost. And then last year we created a shelving unit within the lounge window. It's a south facing window, so we decided that was the optimum area to grow our seedlings. So we took blocks that you normally find in a pallet. So when you break them apart and you use those slats of wood, you're generally left with a square block of wood. We took those and we just rested them up, and we used pallet wood and just made a shelving system in front of the window. As I say, it's south facing, so generally most mornings that window is quite warm with the sun coming in. And it was the best area. This year we decided occasionally it'd be knocked over, different circumstances, different people, and I was guilty of it once too, and there was soil everywhere and it's unsightly, especially if you've got your settee underneath it and you've got to then go and clean your settee. So this year we've come up with a plan, and I'll come and show you. So this year's plan is to use this bookcase. Now it has the sunlight directly coming in from the window during the day, and I'm literally going to use this and set them on, and hopefully they're not too cold by being too close to the window, and they're going to get the sunlight beaming in, as I say, which is warm during the early morning, early afternoon. Hopefully we should be able to germinate them there. I'm not really worried about putting any tops on them at the moment, I say, because we're so far into the middle of the house, and I'm hoping that'll work. Okay, so we'll take a look at the seeds I'm sowing. Okay, so the seeds I'm sowing today are cauliflower. I'm literally going to sow 12 of these cauliflowers. We do like a cauliflower, and so far we're not able to grow them to a great size, so I'm hoping each and every time we get more and more successful. I'm doing 12, as I say, it is an experiment. If I knew what I was doing and I knew they'd be successful, 6 would be more than ample for us at the moment, and then do a succession maybe every 2 weeks, maybe once a month at the moment, whatever. But I'm going to do 12 of those straight off the cuff. I'm also going to do the same with beetroot. Now I did beetroot particularly early last year, and I just literally did them in margarine tubs, and they germinated straight away and they were great. When I came to plant them out, I did the Charles Darwin method and bought 4 to 5 in a bunch and did them that way. I'm not sure what I've done wrong, because he does it really successfully and his beetroots are to die for really, but my beetroot didn't grow, didn't swell, weren't that great at all. And I have had success with beetroot before, and that was just sprinkling the seeds out, not really knowing what I was doing. So I need to look at depths and I need to look at a bit more detail, but for now I'm going to sow in these small modules 12 beetroot. So as I say, at this time of the year it's all trial and error, but I'd rather try and learn so I know I can get my dates ready every year, so I know what I'm doing here on in. And if they succeed, it's only a bonus. As I say, this packet cost £1.50. I probably used about 1/3 of them last year, so I've got 2/3 left, so enough to play with. This one's broccoli again. I'm sure this one's not supposed to be done till February, but as I'm inside, and as I say, it's more away from the window, it's more into the house, so I don't think there's any chill on it. I'm prepared to try the broccoli, so I'm doing that as well. I've been encouraged by other people watching their videos to start the aubergine, because apparently they need a longer season to grow. So again, more protected, further in the house, less cold, and I'm hoping they succeed. I haven't had a success with the aubergines yet, and I will keep trying till I get some. So that, and we've had somewhat of a success this year with the sprouts I sowed the year before. I went out for a quick walk around the garden today, and I was quite surprised how many sprouts were actually on the plants. One had completely blown altogether, so there was nothing on it. And a few others, the individual sprouts looked like they were blown. But when we brought them in, what we thought was a small portion. Once we counted them, there was 51. We peeled those, those, and put them in the pan. As I say, the sprouts themselves were wonderful. 51, hardly any gone off the plants in the garden, so we'll have enough, hopefully, for me to can or me to store in one way or another, and keep those going for the next few months. So we've got sprouts throughout this winter for stews, roasts, whatever it is we choose to have with it. Bacon and sprouts is quite nice. So yeah, so that's where we're up to at wallflowers. Please let me know in the comments if you're planting, if you're sowing early, and what kind of things you're doing. I'd really like some advice on what flowers to sow right now, because as I say, I would like to, you know, invite the birds and the insects into the area, and I don't really have that many flowers around the garden at the moment, so I need that good healthy mixture for the soil, for the insects, and just to encourage me, really, just to give it a bit of beauty, you know. Although the vegetables are beautiful, I'd like the flowers to enhance that too. I will include some photographs of the sprouts in the garden at the moment.
Just a few photographs of what's actually
today.
alive at the moment in the garden.
Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.
If you enjoy my videos, please like, subscribe, and possibly even share. All the best. See you soon.